You are now listening to News with My Fiancé with DJ Ambush and Morgan Jones.
Welcome on back to News with My Fiancé with Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush. Right here on X-Ray FM. Join the conversation. Shoot us a text at 971-220-5979. Again, that is 971-220-5979. Oh, yeah.
Slow it down. He just dished you.
Hello? Did you know? Did you know I just dissed you? Probably.
Fiancés, we are going to actually try and get to some news.
Yeah.
I know you're like, what?
It's you guys' fault with all your yapping that we love, that we encourage. And we're always like, text us. And then y'all be texting us. And then we be off our news. And it's great.
And then Michelle yells at me later. Just kidding. She never has. Never once.
You got to stop putting that on people. You know? It's all love. Everyone treats you so well about your personality and what you bring to the airwaves. Huh? No one's yelling at you. No one's shooting you glances. No one's slashing your tires. Huh? No one's putting the wrong name on your coffee orders.
No, I don't order coffee. I make my coffee at home like a responsible millennial. Okay? No avocado toast, no Starbucks. Okay? We don't do that. Here I am.
Look at you.
With my Women's Foundation of Oregon travel mug.
Yeah. Drinking
my homemade French press coffee.
You've been pretty hooked on that mug. And also the French press.
I'm telling you.
Once you started French press.
Why would I ever buy myself a coffee pot ever again? I have a French press. I do not need it.
Wow. I wish I enjoyed coffee enough to understand and really grasp the difference between French press and not.
Flavor.
Yeah.
You know? And if you aren't a fan of the coffee flavor.
Got you.
And texture of a richer coffee, you're not going to really care.
That makes sense.
You know?
That makes sense.
And don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm no creamer or anything. I'm not at that part of my age.
I could not.
Where it's just, black coffee.
Not by choice. Not me. I ain't doing that. No. Mm-mm. I need sweet creamer. Okay? I need diabetes creamer.
Well, it's a good thing that I have brought sugar-free creamer into our home then.
Yeah, it's true.
And that is what you use if you use it. So you're welcome.
Yeah.
Before we get started, you did want to... Never mind. Go ahead.
So what were you going to say?
We wanted to get into that, to ICE's...
Yes, definitely. I was going to mention the question of the day again for anyone that just joined in.
Oh, lovely. Please do.
Yes. Where we got it. Okay. Question of the day. We did have a couple people answer this already in the first part of the show. How many wars has your country started in your lifetime?
And the reason I said your country is, where you live. We're not all...
Yeah.
Not everybody listening is in America or from.
Facts.
And I'm interested to see, us Americans have many to recall. And maybe you don't have that many if you're from a different country.
Maybe. Blessings.
Maybe you can tell us all about the invasions that America has done that you didn't
have you
realize.
Received the wars?
Yeah.
Are you receiving any of those wars?
How many wars have you received in your lifetime?
That's a terrible question. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have seen this. There was a rally last night here in Portland at 6:30 for Renee Good. But yeah, on Wednesday, an immigration and customs officer fatally shot 37-year-old Renee Good in Minneapolis near 34th Street and Portland Avenue during a federal operation.
Occupation.
Federal occupation. Yeah.
I mean, it definitely says operation, but
Yeah.
you know how I feel.
During the DHS operation, more than 2,000 ICE agents were deployed to the Twin Cities in what DHS called its largest immigration operation ever, less than 24 hours after the Trump administration announcement. Video circulating on social media shows ICE agents approaching an SUV, the SUV beginning to move, at least 2 shots fired, and the vehicle crashing into parked cars, and the light pole with a visible bullet hole in the driver's side windshield. On Wednesday, yesterday, Minneapolis police turned the investigation over to the FBI and BCA, while Mayor Frey rejected the federal account and Governor Walz urged calm, saying, my public safety team is working to gather information on an ICE-related shooting this morning. Hundreds gathered near 33rd and Portland Avenue as hundreds of ICE agents and Minneapolis police operated amid the Department of Homeland Security's major operation, while community groups mobilized to monitor enforcement and city leaders called for ICE to leave. The statement from the White House, I wish I had it pulled up, but Trump's statement basically listed Renee as a terrorist, as a domestic terrorist. Kristi Noem, and basically the way they're framing it is that she tried to run this ICE officer down. And
That is exactly the framing.
yeah, and it's I was talking to the crew in the Slack. Me and Michelle were talking about this, and I said it's triggering in the way that, and I guess this goes to a larger conversation that I see a lot of Black people having online. It's like, we told y'all. I stopped watching police interaction videos because 9 times out of 19, 20 million times out of all the times, it's going to go bad. Right. And it's just, what degree of bad am I tuning into? I don't want to watch any of it. What ends up happening is an officer does something they're not supposed to do. This officer is not properly chastised for it. They're not prosecuted for it. And in the process of all of that, all the emotions that I'm going through while watching this video and Googling the officer's name to see what happened, while all that's happening, you have an account from the police that completely contradicts what you're seeing with your own eyes. And now the president and the administration is doing that right here for everyone to see. And they're like, can you believe it? And it's like, can we believe what's been happening forever? Like, what we've been telling you has been happening forever? Yeah, we definitely can believe it. Why didn't you believe it when we were telling you this before? So, like, that was the first thing that hit me when I saw Kristi Noem and read Trump's truth, because he's not on Twitter, wherever he's doing it. I was just like, wow. Yeah.
I'll just say that the rewriting of history or an event as it's happening is a thing that is so American.
Yeah.
That there should never be a moment that we are like, did they just? But every time that
every
you
single
tell
time.
me
Every single time
that the video I just watched where you were not getting run over by a truck is actually you, just one of yet,
so many
dozens of ramming incidents that have been happening to ICE agents.
right.
What?
Come again?
I want to be very clear. If number one, if ICE agents who are, can be anyone off the street, that then they'll get the background check back and be like, oh, you can't be here.
But we'll let you work for a little while till we find something else for you.
We'll let you work for a little while until that comes back and tells us that you're on, a registry somewhere.
Right.
But anyway, I have a hard time understanding how immigration enforcement needs guns.
Yeah, what are you going after?
I have a hard time understanding what you have weaponry for. Like, you shouldn't even have a taser.
What's the
You're
number?
going after someone who has supposedly illegally overstayed or come to like, this isn't a violent criminal offense that has happened. This is a civil matter
Right.
that
Right.
should not involve violence. The fact that they have guns is really confusing to me.
You're right.
It doesn't seem like it's in the interest of public safety. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like you're there to make sure people and citizens, because I guess that's different, are safe, that they are fine.
Yeah.
This is very much, I'm going to shoot. I mean, this is just, no shade to Call of Duty players, but this is Call of Duty.
Oh, absolutely. I got a hammer. Everything looks like a nail. Like, what are you talking about? They're not even showing. They're not showing up armed as like a precaution or a secondary measure. They're showing up as if they are in the middle of a gunfight already.
Yes.
Full tactical gear. Like, they're showing up as if they got the call because shots were already fired. That's the way they show up to these situations. It's like, there is never a moment where I see them on camera and their hand is on their guns. It's not like they got them strapped and are, the guns behind them and they got their hands in their pocket and they're on the radio and they're on their phone. No, every single time I see them, they are wielding. And it's like, where you're removing people from schools. You're removing people from their jobs.
From their jobs. You're going to federal court buildings.
Right. Like you said, this is about overstaying. If someone overstayed their
welcome.
Their welcome at the Hilton, do we then call in SWAT to get them out? Like, what are we talking about?
No, and I can tell you, I have been watching a lot of police body cam interactions lately, and not the kind that end in the police shooting folks, but the kind that removes you from the Marriott because you didn't pay, and they don't shoot them.
Yeah.
The security from the Marriott doesn't shoot them.
No one's trying to shoot anybody in those situations.
The police show up and they're like, she drunk again? Or whatever, it's not, we're here to, and oh my word. It is just so completely unserious to hire and not train people to do a job such as immigration enforcement. To not train these people in any sort of not just public safety, but like they're hopping out of the truck and their rented local vehicles like they're gang members.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is very much real heavy drive-by energy from these dudes. And you're supposed to be like removing somebody who you're going to their job. Like, you just don't. This isn't the war or the battlefield. You know what I mean? That they're pretending it is. These are regular city streets with regular people. And we are being assaulted by our own federal government. And that is 1,000% true, whether you are a citizen or not.
Right.
It's the government of where you live trying to harm you. And these ICE agents are not getting training on anything other than how to be a untrained thug. Like, that's the training.
Which, in this case, is adequate, maybe even superior training. They are, in fact, receiving the training that they need for the job that they are doing. I remember You used to talk me out of this for a while.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with the police. And I was like, they're not being trained properly. And da-da-da-da. And you're like, what are you talking about, Ambush?
Yeah.
They are being trained for the job.
They're trained for the job that they're doing.
Right.
And the job that they're doing is not the job that we think it is.
Exactly.
And it is not the job that they tell us it is. They
Right.
say they're here to serve and protect us. They really mean property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the exact same thing with ICE agents.
Yeah.
What they've been telling us they're here to do
And what they're
is not what they've been
there-
trained to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're
I
fulfilling.
just, I want them to be able to explain to me why they need guns.
Yeah.
They're not going to explain it, and they're not going to take the guns away.
No, not at all.
I think it's absolutely wild that we're like security guards at the airport
Right.
don't have guns. I don't know if TSA has guns. Do they have guns?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to give any where the whole point is we got to strip naked to go through the thing to be able to know that there's not a bomb on us. Mm-hmm. Those folks don't have any weaponry.
Yeah, I think the guys that walking around with the dogs, they might be.
But
be
those are
armed.
like
Few and far
those
between.
are police officers.
Yeah, you're
not
right,
that I'm
right,
saying
right.
police should
Right.
get
But yeah.
the guns, but like
But to your point, that's not airport security.
Right.
Right.
This is like for real handing just the wrong people the wrong tools and
Right.
saying have at it. And we shouldn't in any way be shocked that people are being killed, but we should in no way take it sitting down.
No,
Right? Like
no.
this is not the shooting on New Year's Eve.
Right. Keith Porter. So Keith Porter, black man, shot on New Year's Eve by an off-duty ICE agent
Off duty.
in California.
Off duty.
Again, New Year's Eve, firing shots in the air. The off-duty ICE agents reported that they exchanged fire, which that is not what happened.
Which didn't happen.
Right. Witnesses, people that heard the event, were saying that there was, at no point do they recall this ICE agent identifying himself as a member of law enforcement.
ICE agents are not supposed to be responding to active shooters.
No.
Or any crime. You can't arrest.
not your job.
You're not an officer of the law in that way.
Uh-oh. I think we've done it again. Oops, we did it again. What's the training? If you see something, shoot something. That's probably on page 5 of their manual. We've done it again.
This text, I think it's Michelle, says Christy Nome's comments and other accounts of interactions with ICE seem to suggest that ICE agents are being trained to act as provocateurs and try to gin up footage that supports the propaganda narrative that they are beset by terrorist violence.
Right. And these days, anybody can be a terrorist,
No.
Anybody.
No.
Yeah.
Who isn't?
Yeah.
Except for the white supremacist domestic terrorists that we are
Overwhelmed.
bombarded with.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah.
That domestic terrorism is not actually a threat.
No.
Real quick, P-Town, are you here? You should be that whole situation should be
fixed. Yeah.
I'm just checking.
All right.
Email me if you're here and you're not
Yeah.
able to.
You're not able to text because we checked and you should be good
Yeah,
to go.
we've been working on it.
Yeah.
But to the point, them being provocateurs, what did we see in 2020? In 2020, we saw so much footage of random white men jumping out of vehicles, breaking a window or two, starting a fire or 5, creating chaos in order to gin up propaganda.
Did you see Blobfish's text?
No. Where?
Blobfish said, for real though, the right is using terrorist attacks by their own people, see Charlottesville, to make this okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was like, did you? Yeah.
No, and that, Yes. Sorry, I'm trying not to yell. I'm so in agreement.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's mind-blowing to me. It is actually like yesterday I'm at my parents' and my dad keeps listening to news. And that's a whole different thing for another day. But but they keep coming back to, the anniversary of January 6th and how the aggrieved are still aggrieved. And they are like, I am the real victim here.
What are you still a victim of?
And I'm just like,
y'all got pardoned. What are you still a victim of? How are you still?
They're up there talking about, you have speakers, people who have been pardoned, who stormed the Capitol.
Right.
And then were pardoned for storming the Capitol.
For participating in an insurrection.
They're at the insurrection anniversary party saying, I'm a victim. And I rejected that pardon because I reject that I could have ever been arrested for what I was doing in the first place.
Arrest you again. You want to reject you?
Arrested.
Yeah, let's arrest your development. Let's go. Let's get you up. You know what? You have a right to reject your pardon. Come with us.
Come with us.
Come with us.
Like, imagine.
I can't.
I'm struggling so much, and I'm so frustrated with the way that we are, gaslit by every single second of the day when it comes to any of the actions of our actual own government. This is the kind of thing where you said yesterday, someone was like, the prosecute anyone in the last regime.
Yeah,
candidate is who I'm voting for
in 2028. Yeah,
we are literally doing everything we possibly can to not be responsible for the things we're responsible for. It's just like, I will spend trillions of dollars to say I didn't do that thing. I don't care how much it costs. I'm just going to spend. I'm going to do more wars. I'm going to distract you this way, that way, harm you this way. And tell you that none of it's happening, or that it's all happening in the name of protection for you.
Right.
It's all happening. Everything you've ever worked for to get has been taken away from you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And also, you should blame the people that don't have the things you have for that.
It's infuriating. It's infuriating. The idea of you rejecting a pardon based on some diluted principle when there are black and brown people that are serving time for things that are now legal,
that have made white folks multimillionaires.
Right. Serving time for that stuff right now. Almost cussed.
Good work.
Right. And you're rejecting your pardon for participating in an insurrection because you feel as though you shouldn't even.
An act of treason against your government, is it not?
The level of privilege it's
astounding.
Like, what?
There's a video. I know I say this all the time. I will post it. There's a video that I saved a few weeks ago, and I haven't been able to do any of my things, but elk. Yeah, I'm not great with the some of the animals, but I think it's an elk.
Okay, was it really big?
Huge.
I'm gonna say it was an elk.
Huge.
Those things are majestic, mythical, and this is what Tolkien-esque beasts.
This is what I would say.
Yeah.
This was a mythical creature.
Yeah.
that had babies
Oh.
and near them.
Yeah, okay.
Near it. And it like, Ayo, stood up because some woman,
Oh my God.
there's a white woman coming who's trying to like get footage
God.
of this, little family. And again, I think it's an L. Like stands up and starts walking towards the lady, and you hear someone scream, "Get back in your car. He will kill you and we will not help you."
No.
Like, what are you So just in context clue, just in the tone of voice from the person yelling off camera, you knew that this is not the first time people have said to you, get away from that animal. Don't go up to that animal.
Right.
Don't do what you're about to go do. This was not the first time someone said, don't do it.
Someone slapped your hand and said, no. It's not the first time.
Fam said, we will not help you. He will tear you apart. We will not help you.
First things first, if I'm ever that close enough to get an elk on camera, I'm too close. Secondly, if I am driving and there's a row of cars in front of me, if we slow down because now we see an elk crossing, your car, I'm praying nobody do nothing weird, okay? It's kind of like a bank heist. Everybody shut up.
Just
do
let
what you're
this
told.
happen.
Because my strategy is like, guys, we're not safe in this car. Everyone get underneath it. It's an elk, bro. It's an elk.
I'd be hitting the U-turn.
Hello. Why are you on my tail? Back up. I need some space to get out of this line.
If you can't see the back of my tires, you're too close.
You're too close. We got to get out of here. It's not like I want to be clear. We're not like categorizing them as raging beasts. It's just the fact that the amount of strength.
I can't win though.
There's no win.
There's absolutely no win if that animal decides I've done something wrong. Let me respect your space, fam. You over there. I've invaded where you live, and I'm gonna not do that.
Yeah. Elks are nah, bro. No.
The caption to that video was something to the effect of how entitled the woman looked as she's being told, you're going to die if you don't get away from that, and none of us people will help you because we're smart enough to know that we can't fight that. She was aggrieved. Her face was like, I hate you.
You know what, guys?
I can't wait to post it.
Natural selection. Let's go. Let's just you get your photo, March. You get that photo. You make it happen. C says they were pardoned for breaking and entering. Apparently, it is no longer a crime. Just a little B&E.
Just a little B&E.
At the Capitol.
Just a little B&E at the nation's capital. I have a feeling that once the Hunger Games actually start,
the ones starting
the one
this year,
talked about, once those start, I don't think
they call them the Patriot Games or something.
God, it probably is. It really called that?
It's something like that.
Oh, can you? I mean, I'm sorry. You just derailed me into our president. The president of the United States wants nothing more than to just be a TV producer.
Yeah.
And he should do that.
Yeah.
You should use all of your acid trip dreams or whatever it is that makes you as delusional as you are to make TV, not policies that we all have to die behind.
Well, he's like, I'm multi-talented. I'm going to do both. I'm going to make these policies that you guys will die behind, and I will also tell the television stations what to put on the air.
And I will produce the Patriot Games.
Yeah. I'm producing live events. We're doing UFC fighting at the White House. I'm telling the stations what to play. So I'm a behind-the-scenes producer there.
Maybe he'll do pageants again.
Yeah. Oh, he loves those.
Yeah.
We got
to do them for guys.
We got a text. Loving the show this morning. Billy Joe. Hey, Billy Joe.
Ow.
Off to, what did I say? bike in cool weather to the community center. I know that's right.
Cool weather.
I was born in 1962. A war every year. Sheesh. Yeah, right. Okay.
Before that, I was just going to have a meltdown about biking in 35 degrees. And, cool is, I don't know, a brisk 58.
Is it 35 degrees?
That's what my watch says.
I'm not going to front, Billy Joe. What you described for a split second there felt a little exhilarating.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Split second.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then all of a sudden you're hot because you're actually
moving. You're moving.
Every
You're
single
pushing,
muscle
yeah.
in your body.
Yeah. Yeah. Pushing
And
pedals.
I'm still cold thinking about it. I'm still like, that's not cool weather. That's next to freezing.
Yeah.
It's too close to freezing to be on the outside.
Yeah. Of anything.
Moving on purpose.
Mocha Jones, we didn't get to
anything.
Any of our stories. I do at least want to do the housing piece. Because
it's important.
What the mess, bro? What's that Stevie Wonder? What the fuss? What'd he say?
What is the fuss?
What's the fuss? What's the fuss, man?
Maybe you should play that.
Yeah, I should find that.
Well, would you like me to jump into that real quick? Fiancés, Portland plans to require 80 to 90 residents to leave its 24/7 alternative shelters in February, which is, if you're wondering, next month, for failing to engage with services, according to a memo Mayor Keith Wilson sent to city councilors. The policy applies to residents deemed unwilling to engage who have stayed 120 days or longer as the city begins enforcing a new stay limit at shelters that offer private rooms, meals, and round-the-clock access. Oh, boy. Wilson said the city cannot indefinitely use emergency shelter units for people who do not participate in case management, housing navigation, or other offered services. In the memo, he described stay limits and engagement requirements as, quote, nationwide best practices. And I'll just say this really quick. We all know that we want to live by the best practices.
Yeah, of course. Especially if they're nationwide.
Gotta love them when they're nationwide. Noting that residents facing removal will receive formal warnings explaining expectations and consequences. Providers will retain some discretion to extend stays, and people with severe mental health challenges are exempt from the policy. City Councilor Candace Avalos, who chairs the council's Homelessness and Housing Committee, said shelters should be a pathway to housing rather than a permanent destination, but warned that enforcement without enough housing options could backfire.
Yeah.
Quote, if we enforce stay limits without having enough housing exits available, we risk cycling people back onto the street, Avalos said, adding that engagement expectations must be paired with investments in housing placement and rent stabilization.
Well, hello.
The move comes as Portland faces the loss of two major county-funded shelters, the 120-bed Market Street shelter in the Central East Side and the 90-bed Y East shelter for veterans are set to close by the end of March after Multnomah County's lease expires. With funding redirected toward permanent supportive housing. Shelter residents and providers say the closures threaten more than beds, potentially dismantling communities built around the 24/7 stability, storage, and trust, especially during winter.
Hello.
City officials say people removed from alternative shelters will be offered space at overnight-only shelters and may become eligible for another alternative shelter after 90 days. The city is also fast-tracking new overnight beds, including a planned East Portland shelter. Still, providers caution that the combination of stricter stay limits and shrinking 24-hour capacity could push more people back onto the streets. underscoring the tension between managing shelter capacity and meaningfully reducing homelessness. I am about to close my laptop and throw it.
So I did the math. We're talking about 10% of the people that are going through this program are the ones that they're looking to enforce the evictions on. 10%. For me, that should have been part of the strategy, that we are going to have a percentage of the population that we're working with, that the services that we have in place may not be adequate. So you have that rolling 10%, right? That constant 10%. You still have 90% of occupancy that is participating in the programs.
Okay.
I don't know why we're having a conversation about this 10% and putting them out as opposed to spending more time, money, resources. You guys love to bring consultants in and gather data to figure out what is the missing elements to get these people, this 10%, to get them into the next phase. Obviously, what we have in place right now is not enough. It's not meeting their needs. It's not meeting them where they are. What are the things that we need to do, as opposed to, hey, man, you've hit 4 months. We got to get you out of here.
Right.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Michelle said, just so tired of local politicians taking no accountability whatsoever. They're literally making people homeless and then being like, best practices, if they deserve to be homeless, it doesn't count.
Right.
It's that. Everything you just said. Everything Michelle just said.
And I'm sorry. I'm just double checking. I know you gave me a temperature check earlier today, 35, a couple minutes ago, 35 degrees. It is the winter still, right? And we're talking about evicting people?
It's the winter. And what we know about Oregon, or I will say Portland, what we know about Portland is our climate has changed quite a bit.
Right.
It gets much colder than it used to. And it also doesn't start snowing until the end of January or February.
Right.
And then we have ice events, as if all that time it isn't too cold.
Right.
As if all that time isn't like, too hard to be able to navigate living in.
Yeah.
This is the time? This is the moment? Do we know calendars in this city? Does the mayor's office not understand that they make calendars by quarter even? Like, you could have a 3-month situation. You could have the whole year
Right.
on one wall.
Right.
And you could look and see. When's it the worst time to be outside full time?
Right.
Maybe don't make people, but maybe we focus our efforts to make sure no one is out there.
Period. Period.
This idea that we're going to shut these two things down. What I don't like is the way that this was framed when I saw two headlines earlier in the week, was like local shelters closing for more permanent housing solutions. But then they don't explain what those permanent housing solutions are. Right. And they have people complaining about closing the shelters and permanent housing solutions, right? Like it makes folks misunderstand what could be happening. It doesn't have to go this way.
No.
The reason it goes this way is, as Michelle said, they make people homeless.
Right.
Poverty is a policy choice. They are choosing this. They're choosing it.
Yeah. And the timing is lined up with the announcement the DA just made about them enforcing, like if you're not going through the programs and you're not taking advantage of the resources. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jail. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not taking advantage of the resources that we don't give you, if you're not engaging with the services that we don't give you, then you can't be here. You have to absolutely know that these services, none of this works the way that it's supposed to. None of it works the way that it's supposed to. None of it is as it's proposed, as it is voted on, as it is told to the communities what's going to happen. The services don't get funded.
Yeah. And it's not a catch-all on top of that. For those services that do work, those services don't work for everyone.
Because they can't.
Right.
But they could. You know what I mean? Like if
it's not impossible is what you're saying.
It's not impossible.
Right.
What we have done is we have commodified everything. So you get to, we don't have any money as the city to be able to do any of that, but you want to be a nonprofit and you want to figure out how you can, get socks and underwear to folks. We'll give you grants for that. You want to open a shelter of some sort? We'll give you grants for that. But we're not going to provide those things as the city. And when we say we'll provide those things, we won't fund it. They're not funding the programs that we know work.
Yeah.
And they're doing simply not enough to keep people in their homes.
Yeah.
So the fact that people are making less money, but every single thing that it costs to live has gone up, you're not supplementing that difference.
Right.
To keep people in their homes. So that there isn't a bigger problem. Which to me, it makes a whole lot more sense to pay somebody's current rent than to have 4 people now be homeless.
Yeah.
Or however many people live in the household. Why as a governmental structure, as a governing body, as leaders, would you be willing to give more money to the police so that, more planes, more boats,
more drones,
more
robots,
but not take care of the people, the programs that we know will keep people housed, keep people safe, keep people stable, get people stable? And we know that living on the street is not some come inside and go back to capitalism.
No.
It just doesn't work that way.
No, not at all.
And that should not be anybody's expectation who's funding it. And if you're comfortable with the way that your taxpayer dollars are being spent when no war has ever stopped, we just keep starting more.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest war of it all on the American people domestically at home to keep us doggedly poor and destitute. They are winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these millionaire and billionaires are stealing all of our money and becoming possibly trillionaires?
Easily.
While they are we're talking starving.
In the same nation.
In the same nation. We are taking away health care from senior citizens on purpose to be able to fund these pockets. Like we're in such a bad way, and we've been in such a bad way that so many people have absolutely no idea that we're in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like, too many people just don't even understand how bad this is. And some of it is because it's been going on their entire lifetime. All of this is just too normal.
To quote one Dr. Stephen Strange, we're in the end game now.
Okay.
You're listening to X-Ray FM at KXRY Portland at 91.1 and 107.1 FM, and in Nehalem, Wheeler, Manzanita, and Rockaway Beach at 91.7 FM, streaming online everywhere at xray.fm.
Before you close the show out, and
Yeah.
since you said that quote, I would like to add, I am inevitable.
Okay. All right. Today's show brought to you by Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush and our illustrious podcast editor, Kyle J. Residual Audio. I am updating the playlist right now. Thank you guys so much for, hopping on with us this morning. John, Thank you for checking in even earlier and letting us know that there was nothing on the air. Love you guys so much. Welcome to 2026. What were you going to say?
No, I said big time.
Big time. Big time. And the deal is, do not let the individual distract you from the systems. Poverty is indeed a policy choice. People over profits, power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. We will catch you Monday night for our first Monday Night Raw live of the year. We hope to see you there. And thank you so much for listening.
No war but class war. Bye.